Hello and welcome to the Game Room. Today we're looking at Gravewood High, a stealth horror game by the developer HeroCraft PC. The premise is you're a student trying to save your friends inside a mysterious high school. Unfortunately for you, there is a teacher that never leaves named Mr. Hyde who stalks the halls, and especially you. Let's get some hype with the trailer for Gravewood High. The elements of play for Gravewood High are as follows. You're able to pick up an assortment of objects, some of which you can drop and make stackable, which makes impromptu climbable surfaces. Some items, like the wrench, are used to unscrew nuts, while the bolt cutters are used to cut chains. All objects you can pick up are throwable, which allows you to break windows or use them as distractions against Hyde. There are other interactable items, which have a click and drag mechanic. Usually this is used for connecting cords or moving boxes. And the game is broken into sections. All sections follow the formula set by the progenitor of this type of horror game, the Slender game. And you'll collect items while not getting caught by the monster, in this case, Hyde. These puzzles include an electricity puzzle, where you'll have to find items to bridge the stream of electricity, a map puzzle, which has you looking for 2 pieces of the map to put in the correct spot, a trophy puzzle, which has you looking for 3 trophies to put in their correct spots. And all of these objects are also met with their own little mini obstacles or mini puzzles that you have to overcome. And after the first section of the game, you're introduced to one of the more unique things about Gravewood High, and that is a blaster that you can use to destroy certain walls. You'll know they are destructible because the reticle changes. This item also has an ammo capacity with 1 ammo automatically refilling. This adds an interesting element where you can try and make the map as much of an open floor plan as possible, which, although nice in that you can get around quicker, it also means you're more exposed to being seen by Hyde. Another interesting thing about Gravewood High is that every time you get caught, the school reshapes itself, meaning you have to take different routes. Your items you will find are completely different as well, which means overcoming certain obstacles is going to be completely different, and it really feels handcrafted. You'll run into random events on a different reshaped school that you wouldn't on a previous one. And so that's really appreciated because it doesn't have that procedurally generated feeling, that samey feeling that you can get with that. The story plays out through the environment, through notes you'll find, and more importantly, through communication with your friend Aaron. 2 elements of play that I do very much appreciate is that all keys that you get, you permanently keep, and every section is a checkpoint, so you're not forced back to the very beginning of the game. The highlight of play by far has to be after completing the second puzzle and thinking you've done it. You're free when Hyde becomes like the broadcaster from Little Nightmares 2 and appears out of a TV, forcing you to hide under desks and open a gate without being noticed. Here is the highlight of play. The major elements of this genre is an ever-present threat and simple yet satisfying puzzles. Gravewood High succeeds at making Hyde a constant threat, and being chased down by him and looking for a hole or high location feels tense and thrilling. The puzzles throughout are all fairly simple and satisfying. The only knock against any is the first major puzzle. I spent way too long trying to solve it the completely wrong way because an outside outlet is labeled elevator and has a visual effect in front of it almost beckoning you to get electricity to it. At one point, a trophy stuck to it like it was meant to be placed there. Eventually, I figured out the solution, but the misdirect cost me at least 3 attempts. Currently, the game only has its first chapter out, with more on the way. There are many promised features such as a mutating Hyde, character progression, and of course, more story. The first chapter clocked in at 2.5 hours with all attempts to complete. The cost is $19.99, although it is on sale currently and with the promise of more content to come at that price. Overall, Gravewood High was a very enjoyable experience, with a bunch of great gameplay ideas, and is worth checking out in its current or future state.